This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com/Psychetruth.
Hey, it's Corrina, your virtual health coach, and welcome to a little video all about beverages. So I want to start the video talking about some of the worst drinks that I recommend you avoid or just start replacing in your diet with some of the more healthy drinks I'll talk about later. The calories we consume in beverage form are some of the most insidious calories, and we don't always associate them with going straight to our waistline, but they definitely do. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the mere sugar content of some of these beverages and some of the other reasons that these are on my top of my list of beverages to avoid. So maybe you recognize some of these beverages from some of my other what not to drink beverages. Some of these beverages have been in my pantry since 2014 because all I do with them is show them in videos like this about what not to drink. So you may recognize some of these. If there's any of these that you recognize and you're like, oh, hey, that's my favorite drink, I would love to hear about that down in the comments below. Or if you don't see your favorite beverage here, you can leave me that down in the comments below. I am not talking about alcohol in this video, although that could definitely be another drink to add to this list. But chime in the comments, let me know your favorite drink, let me know if it's one of these drinks, and let's go ahead and dive right in. So one of my favorite things to do in these videos is actually show you how many sugar packets worth of sugar are in each beverage, but I couldn't find my sugar packets today. So today we're comparing to this package of M&Ms. So let's start at this far end. We've got, no surprise I'm sure, Coca-Cola, right? And even though there's no sugar in the Diet Coke, I'm including that here too. So first off, just to talk about the sugar content, 65 grams in this little 20-ounce bottle of soda, which is about twice, or actually more than twice, than this bag of M&Ms. Now, the Diet Coke doesn't contain sugar, but when I'm talking about avoiding sodas, there's a lot of other reasons why we want to avoid these, and the sugar is just maybe the icing on the top. So we could talk about phosphoric acid, artificial flavors or colors that might be added to these beverages, artificial sweeteners, which again is maybe a topic for a whole video, and the caffeine content. And that's one of the big reasons that these drinks are so addictive. Oftentimes they'll actually put even more caffeine into the diet or sugar-free versions of beverages, which actually makes them even more addictive. Do you know anyone addicted to Diet Coke? You probably do, and that's one of the reasons why. The second beverage I want to talk about today is sports drinks. And in this case, I have a Powerade here. So the serving size is different for all these beverages, so we're not actually looking at them compared to each other, but compared to these M&Ms. So this is a 32-ounce bottle. In the entire bottle, you have 52 grams of sugar. Now, if you were to just drink the serving size, so there's 2.5 servings in this bottle. If you just drink the serving size, that's only 21 grams of sugar. But I would still argue that if you're trying to lose weight and you're working out, then drinking sugar, drinking calories is kind of counteractive to what you're trying to work out for. But just coming back to our little comparison here, if we've got 52 grams of sugar, that's about 1.5 bags of M&Ms in terms of the sugar content in that Powerade. This also contains artificial colors and other ingredients that I recommend you to avoid. And because there are so many different sports drinks out there that when I turn them over and read the ingredients, I'm just seeing all of these new weird ingredients getting added to them more than I honestly want to take the time to go and research each individual one. I just, in general, avoid these types of beverages, drink water instead. Or if you're looking for those electrolytes, you could eat a banana or any piece of fruit, any vegetable. They all contain electrolytes. Coconut water is another great source of electrolytes that I'll talk about a little bit later on in our healthy alternatives section. Moving along, this next beverage is one of these Frappuccino beverages. Now, coffee, caffeine. These are things that we should avoid, but I will not lie to you and tell you that I don't drink coffee, because I do. But what I want you to take home from this tip is that you can reduce the injury or stop adding insult to injury by not having one of these drinks that's also like eating a couple bags of M&Ms. So this little Frappuccino, 45 grams of sugar in just a little 13.7 ounce beverage. So ounce for ounce, this actually has more sugar than the Coca-Cola over there on the end. But if you can drink your cup of coffee or drink a cold brew coffee, tends to be what I lean to. And then I just like to sweeten it with something like coconut water, some kind of natural sweetness that's going to actually offer you some nutrients. Whereas if you're just adding sugar to your coffee or drinking one of these really super sugary beverages, now not only are you getting the negative effects of the caffeine, but you're also getting all of these negative effects of that sugar. So it spikes your blood sugar, it contributes to weight gain, contributes to all other kinds of health issues. Sugar has just gotten so much attention over the last several years. So do what you can, avoid those super sugary beverages. This little tiny drink on its own has, about 1.5 bags worth of sugar in it in terms of those M&Ms. So I just want you to realize that a lot of times we may look at a bag of M&Ms and be like, oh, I shouldn't eat that. And you should have those same kind of thoughts about these super sugary beverages. Next up is energy drinks. So I have a Monster, and I also have a healthy one, a sugar-free Red Bull. Wait, no, that's not healthier, because sugar-free doesn't make it healthy. Artificial sweeteners are another thing I recommend that you avoid. And bottom line about energy drinks, there's so much research that's been done about the cardiovascular dangers of energy drinks, which means that people who drink these on a really regular basis can have elevated blood pressure, elevated heart rate, and just tend to predispose themselves to cardiovascular disease. And heart disease is the #1 killer. So why would we want to do anything to make our chances of cardiovascular disease anymore? In addition to the sugar, the caffeine, the other taurine and caffeine or energy boosting ingredients that you find in these beverages, a lot of times they also contain a lot of sugar. So this Monster, 54 grams of sugar. So that's, about so that's 30 grams of sugar in the M&Ms. So this would be about 1 2/3 bags of M&Ms inside of this Monster energy drink. Once again, the sugar-free one isn't any better for you. This one is also on this list of drinks to avoid. So now I want to talk about a couple of drinks that people often think of as healthy drinks. So I have a Minute Maid juice here, and I have a SlimFast. Now, let's talk first about the juice. Now, if you've watched my videos ever, you've probably heard me talk about the importance of fiber when we are consuming fruits. So the main reason to avoid fruit juice is that when they remove the fiber from the fruit and they just isolate all the sugar, now that sugar has a much more detrimental effect on your blood sugar metabolism or the amount of sugar in your blood at any given time. So just right off the bat, if you can consume the whole fruit, that is going to be much healthier for you. In terms of grams of sugar, we're looking at about 71 grams of sugar in this Minute Maid, which is 15.2 ounces. So once again, this actually in terms of sugar content would be on the other end of the table. I think that's actually maybe the most sugar. That's about 2 1/4 bags of M&Ms that you were gonna eat. So you could ask yourself, would you ever sit down and just eat 2.5 bags of M&Ms? Maybe, but if you are trying to lose weight, then maybe that's something you wouldn't want to do. So why would you drink the same amount of sugar thinking that you're doing something healthy? Similarly, in something like SlimFast, I have a lot of different problems with these beverages, but the main thing is that they're just not gonna satisfy your hunger, and then they typically are gonna still have sugar in them. So 18 grams of sugar in this little bottle, which maybe doesn't seem like that much, but for a drink that's designed to help you lose weight, I wouldn't put that much sugar in it, bottom line. Now, as you guys know, as much as I love bashing the foods you're not supposed to eat, I also want to share with you some healthy alternatives. So now let's talk about the drinks that I do think you should be drinking as often as possible. So in addition to just drinking water, as boring as it may be, it's the thing that your body needs the most. But when you're looking for something a little more exciting, one of my favorite things to drink is coconut water. So again, we get a lot of wonderful electrolytes from coconut water. When we talk about hydration and the body's ability to use the water that we do drink, those electrolytes come in really handy. So sometimes if you're feeling really, really thirsty and even a glass of water isn't helping, coconut water might be helpful. There's also some natural sweetness that you'll get from coconut water. So again, this is what I like to use with my cold brew, for instance, to just add a little bit of natural sweetness. Another great beverage that I see so many of nowadays are these just flavored sparkling waters. Now, carbonated water in and of itself isn't the most healthy thing you can drink, but if you're using a carbonated flavored water to replace sodas, then that's a great step in the right direction. And I just encourage you to kind of glance at the ingredient label and make sure that you're not seeing cane sugar or high fructose corn syrup added to it. It should say something like this one. It just says only carbonated water, naturally essenced. Bottom line is this is still a pretty simple beverage, and it doesn't give us, 3 bags of M&Ms worth of sugar. And then the next drink I want to tell you about is RUVI. So RUVI is a dehydrated, just like powdered juice drink, okay? And they actually have 4 different flavors, 4 different blends. So what's cool about something like this is that you are getting a huge amount of nutrients in that beverage. So I talked at the beginning of the video about how when we drink calories, it's the most insidious source of calories because we hardly even realize that we're taking them in. Well, the same thing could be said about nutrients. But how cool if you were getting a huge amount of nutrients instead of a huge amount of sugar. So that's kind of the idea behind these drinks. So each one contains fruits and vegetables and nothing else. There's no additives like guar gum or locust bean gum. There's no added sugar. There's no added preservatives or anything like that. So these are a really, really great alternative to the energy drinks I talked about earlier, the fruit juices that I talked about earlier, because these dehydrated drinks still contain the fiber that's contained in the plant. They still contain a lot of the nutrients, phytonutrients, antioxidants that are the whole reason that we're supposed to be getting 9 to 13 servings of vegetables a week anyway. So you can drink your servings of fruits and vegetables, and this is a great way to do it. So the way that they're able to retain so many nutrients in these beverages is that after the fruits and vegetables are harvested, they flash freeze them, and then they freeze dry them. So they're basically just removing the water, but everything else is retained. When you get fresh fruits and vegetables in the store, that's still a really healthy option, but you have to understand that the amount of travel time that it takes those fruits and vegetables to get to your grocery store and then get to your house and then get to your table, all of that time starts to degrade nutrients. So even though this seems like a powdered beverage, how could that have more nutrients than something fresh from the store? Actually, because of that flash freezing and freeze drying process, they are able to retain more nutrients. Another great thing about these beverages is there's 4 different flavors, each one with kind of a different purpose. So we have Focus, Active, Clean, and Boost. And just to give you an example, this one has banana, carrot, mango, peach, pineapple, butternut squash, kiwi, and orange. Focus has blueberry, grape, blackberry, banana, strawberry, broccoli, zucchini, spinach, acai, and maki berry. And these are just really wonderful. They've got a lot of different great ingredients in them. Let me just show you. Here's the little RUVI sports bottle that they send you, so they're really quick and easy to make on the go. Which is another thing that I love, because usually when we're on the go, that's when we make the worst eating decisions, the worst eating choices. Or we're traveling, or we're hiking a mountain, who knows, and we don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So I just love this, because now here's something that you can enjoy on the go, and it's probably healthier than most of the things that you maybe even normally eat. Okay, so we just take our powder, add it in. I already have some water in my bottle here. People who know me would not be surprised that I picked the purple one. Alrighty, making sure that my cap is on really well, and we'll just give it a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your RUVI. Shake your RUVI. All right, so silly. Okay, all right. Let's give it a taste. Oh. Okay, that was really good. So, there you have it. Some drinks to avoid, some drinks to replace them with. I hope that this was helpful for you. I want to send a big, big thank you to RUVI. So this video is not sponsored, but they did send us all of these different drinks to try and to have here on the set for our fitness presenters, because they tend to get hungry while they're filming fitness videos. On that note, this is a great product to have with you when you're on the go. Keep them in your purse, keep them in your backpack, because if we can stop getting hangry and making really, really bad eating decisions, we'll be so much better off. So something like this that can satisfy your hunger with something really nutrient dense is such a much better choice than something really calorie dense that doesn't really give us as many nutrients, which I would say most of these beverages that were on the bad table kind of fall into that category. Way too many calories, way too little nutrition. Lots and lots of nutrition, very, very little calories. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you'll chime in down in the comments. Let me know your questions. Let me know your topic requests for next time. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Many of our subscribers don't see our videos. Make sure that you click the notification bell. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.